Now, the reason I'm replacing the factory third brake light on my truck is because mine seems to have a leak somewhere in or around the housing. As you can see, there's a buildup of condensation and dirt inside and around the perimeter of the third brake light. Whenever this happens, there's a chance that fluid will eventually start leaking into your cab and potentially start causing rust and mold. So it's always better to tackle the issue before it gets out of hand. I will be installing a new third brake light from IssyAuto. So check in the description below if you're interested in purchasing this LED upgrade. As you open the box, you will notice two small rings in a plastic bag. I'm assuming this will be placed around the screws to help keep moisture out. I won't be using these since I will be using my factory screws instead of the screws that came with the kit, but if you use the screws from the kit, I definitely recommend using these rings to ensure you won't have to worry about moisture building up inside of the housing. Now here's the third brake light. It's pretty slick looking with this tinted lens. Also take note of how thick that foam is. This is excellent for many reasons, and it looks like it is a lot thicker than most aftermarket lights come with. I can't wait to get this on, so let's jump right in. Removing the third brake light on trucks is normally pretty easy. Typically there are two screws or bolts holding it in place, and these can normally be accessed from the outside as you see here on my truck. So I'm going to remove the two Phillips screws and then gently pry the brake light away from the cab to break the seal. Mine was being a little stubborn, so I took a piece of cardboard and put it between the cab and the light. You want to be careful with any tool that you use. You do not want to use a screwdriver or anything that could potentially scratch the paint. If you scratch the paint, you need to immediately fill the scratch with touch-up paint to prevent your roof from rusting out. Now that you have the light separated from the cab, you will notice a major difference between the stock and IssyAuto light. There are 3 factory wires, however, there are only 2 wires coming out of the IssyAuto. Don't panic, the far left wire will not be used. It's very simple. The middle wire will plug into the middle socket, the right wire will plug into the right socket. Don't overthink this, it's that simple. You will need to unplug the bulbs from each of the factory wires. You will not need these for the IssyAuto light since this has LED bulbs in the housing. Once you plug them in, make sure you test the light first before screwing everything back together. As you can see, this light is pretty bright even in the daytime. Make sure you hit the brake pedal to see if the brake light works, and check that out. That's a much different approach to lighting designs I've seen from any other manufacturer. Most will turn off the white LEDs as you apply the brakes, but what if you need both lights to work? This third brake light from IssyAuto has you covered. Not only is this light well built, unlike a lot of the competitors, but it's very unique in how it works in the light pattern. Before you secure the new brake light into place, make sure you clean the surface the brake light will mount to. You want to make sure you eliminate any chance of a leak into your cab. Now that we know the light works and the surface is clean, all you need to do is tighten the screws and then you are done.
Everything reminds me of you, but everything is not enough. Feeling out by the ocean, among all those white hot sands, where every sunrise is just for you.